Hey guys, welcome. Final weekly report for the year. Holy shit, we made it. Started mid-season doing this stuff. Actually, maybe a little past mid-season. Can't fully remember because my memory fucking sucks. But what a season we had. What a champion we have. And we'll have an interview with him later today to see what he thinks of it, what he's going to do with his prize, and what took into making that championship run, that insane championship run. But we have a lot to get into. Just want to thank y'all again, and let's get into the news for the week. Here we got two young ballers, one with good reasons, one with bad reasons for being up here. But before I get into them, I literally every week I could put a new segment on Victor Wembanyama. That guy is breaking records left and right. And he's gonna have a third Space Jam movie by the end of his career. I just know it. So, I could talk about him over and over again. Recently had a 40-point, 20 rebound, 5 block game. That was like the first Spur to ever do it. I don't know, insane. But let's get on to these guys with Jalen Green here on the left. He's been balling out. They recently just lost, but they had a win streak of 11 games off of Jalen Green's back of almost 28, 30 points per game, and just feasting on these teams without Alperen Sengun. So once Sengun comes back, that may be dangerous, and they're coming for the Warriors' throat. Tari Eason said that the Warriors don't want none of it, and then Draymond came out and was like, we don't we don't expect to see them in the play-in, or something along the lines of that. I don't have the exact quote, but I could see them stealing a spot, maybe over. I think the Lakers will keep it, but maybe over the Warriors or Lakers. Now for other guy, Scoot Henderson, man, yikes! This has been a brutal second half of the season for him. This past week, he headlined the news for breaking a record. You would think great, but actually it was in a bad light. He had a plus minus of minus 58, breaking the NBA record for the worst plus minus in NBA history. Minus 58, that's insane. 58 points that the other team scored on you that you just have no answer for. Just insane. And to top this, the previous record was minus 57 by Manny Harris. I haven't really heard of him. He was on the actually doesn't say. He was on the no, never mind. It doesn't say it. I don't know who Manny Harris is, but that doesn't look good for Scoot Henderson if I don't know who Manny Harris is. Manny Harris had minus 57, so he beat him by 1 point, but that was back in 2011. But to top this, back in January, Scoot Henderson actually tied this record at minus 57, or actually one below at minus 56 against the OKC Thunder in January. So combined, that is not good light. Minus 114 in the span of less than 3 months. Yikes. You know, if there wasn't already something bad going on with the Trailblazers, this is just icing on it. You know, you hate to see it, but the season's heating up. A lot of injuries, but players are coming back. Joel Embiid, being one of them, could come back literally tomorrow after hearing nothing about his timetable. Now he could be coming back tomorrow. Wow. Scary to that it's announced on April 1st. So, but I don't know. I'm too scared to say anything because Joel is so injury prone, and this is like a tough injury because if you're risking injuring him more and you're risking your career. So, there's not enough meniscus to go around. Now let's move on to our scores, though. We're going to start with a little heater with Team Damn versus I Could Go For A Beer. I Could Go For A Beer cleaned house. Both these teams shot under their expected score. But, you score over 200, you're looking pretty good, and that's all I Could Go For A Beer needed. On to the next game, we had same tail of the tape. The Mog Squad lost to Team Zomt in a similar fashion. Both, Team Zomt, I forgot. Team Zomt is very lackadaisical with his managerial skills, so he doesn't really pick. So his Sunday selections pulled through, but they were still short. I think Jamal Murray was out for the week, so it could have been more of a blowout, but enough to get it done. We'll see how these standings shake out, but I'm pretty sure this was for 5th place. And for the Mog Squad, just not enough. You need 200 in this league. Now moving on to our third place match, which was absolutely tough for the Void. The Void lost to the Fraggle Rock 9, who put up 259.5 points, which is the most this week. Just absolutely insane, absolutely balled out. And if the Void had any chance to beat them, they needed to be a perfect managerial score. And that just staples that the Fraggle Rock 9 were favorites to win this championship, but choked. And then, seeing this score just proves that. Yet again, the Void falls short of their projected score. Reports coming in that, the manager's not too happy with his players not playing in the fourth quarter, but I'll let the manager speak to that. It's been a lot of yells and cries from him, so I don't want to subject you guys to that yet until he calms down. On to our final matchup before we get into the big boys. We have the Kanto Embers cleaning house with Team Lobster. I still don't get it. It's a little bit of a head scratcher that Team Lobster won last week, but then took out Tyrese Halliburton this week to lose, and they put Zach LaVine finally to the IR. I think it's a commodity of errors, but hey, this is for, I'm pretty sure, 11th place match, so Kanto Embers will get 11th. Again, tail of the tape is 200 points is what you need to win a week in this league. And for Team Lobster, 134 points is been the status quo for, honestly, these past 20 weeks. I mean, they went like 3-0 and then, oh no, they didn't go 3-0, but they lost out. They literally went like 17 games losing in a row. So you just hate to see it. Now for our big boy matchups, we have our last place matchup, biggest loser, with Team Belushio and Pack Nicely. Team Belushio cleaned house. They absolutely went a little bit nuclear and scored 233.75, winning by almost 70 points. I was surprised to see Team Belushio fall this low, but it ends up with a better draft pick for them. They were coming out the gates at 9th place, and to fall all the way to 13th is kind of wild. Little bit wild, but hey, second pick. And Pack Nicely, a whole season of just unfortunate events. Their team just wasn't proving fruitful, and to get the first overall pick is not bad. It's not bad. I will say, just a note on this, I think in next year's draft, the bottom 6 teams will just have a random chance. I think it'll be incremented with better chances. We'll see. I haven't ironed it out. It's either incremented better chances or all teams will have the same chance. Whatever 6 is divided by 100, it's probably like 18% or something like that. I don't know. But what I do know is that that's what will happen. It'll come down to a percentage, and that'll become its own video where we find out what the draft is looking like. Yeah. So for now, Pack Nicely gets the first pick, and which is the last guaranteed first pick ever. But let's move on to our championship match, and here, drum rolls, please. It was between Team ArmyJunior and the Harlem Globetrotters, and Team ArmyJunior pulls up the upset, number 7 seed, hoisting the trophy, scoring 232 points to an abysmal 184 in the championship. Riley absolutely rolling in his metaphoric grave right now. He left with the X, and now he's stuck in 3rd place. But Team ArmyJunior, that didn't make any sense. Team ArmyJunior wins it all, wins the cash prize, and is going home champions in a playoff where nobody expected them to win. Nobody even had any bets on them going all the way, maybe besides insider knowledge, but the league hasn't looked into that yet. But at 11-9, without Joel Embiid, they win it 232.13. Just absolutely insane. Like I was saying, Jalen Green absolutely bossing for them, and you just love to see it. And yeah, we'll have more to say about them in a couple of minutes. But let's get into our best players of the week, which is interestingly not either the Harlem Globetrotters or Team ArmyJunior. You hate to see that, I guess, but it was Team Zomp's Luka Doncic, as always, just balling out. Oh, I forgot to change the date on Austin Reeves. Whatever. But but it was against Milwaukee. Whatever. Team Zombed scored 56.5 points. I've been noticing recently points have been slowly. These best players have not been scoring over 60. I think since like week 15, week 16, we haven't had a 60-point game. Kind of wild, but Luka Doncic with 47 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists, just short of a triple-double, and 2 steals, netted him plus-minus 12 points. Absolutely fire. Ended the winning streak of the Rockets, and kind of a must-win for the Mavericks. They're in scary territory where I'm hoping Luka doesn't get disgruntled, but it might become that issue if they don't make playoff success. But onto our right, Fraggle Rock 9. I was not expecting this at all, being watching this matchup against the Void, but freaking first game of the week against the Milwaukee Bucks. Austin Reeves pops off in double overtime game with 29 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists for a triple-double with 2 blocks. No steals, 2 blocks. With a plus-minus of -2. Weird. But a triple-double that netted him 52 fantasy points. Basically locking, at the beginning of the week, locking the Fraggle Rock 9 for almost an automatic dub for the week. Just insane. Just insane. Right when the Fraggle Rock needed him, he came through. Give me Avatar vibes. Austin Reeves, you are the man. You are the man. Wow. But back to playoffs. I just like that segment just to, shine light on some of our players that are playing in the NBA. But let's look at our final playoff bracket for the 2023-2024 season. Team ArmyJunior took it, and in a commodity of upsets. Just absolutely insane. Beating the 2 seed, beating the 1 seed, and beating the 3 seed. Oh my gosh. I don't think we'll see that again for a little bit. Just absolutely insane, especially after a year where the Fraggle Rock 9 absolutely wiped the floor with everybody. You just wow. Just wow. As for the Harlem Globetrotters, they had a good run, but just choked at the end. You just hate to see it. They net second place cash winnings, but you just hate to see it. Moving on to our toilet bracket. As we can see, Team Belucio and Pack Nicely were in that toilet bowl losership. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it or toilet ship. We'll call it a toilet ship instead of a championship. In the toilet ship, where Pack Nicely lost and netted the number 1 pick. Absolutely weird matchup. Team Belucio ended up scoring almost I forget exactly the points, but pretty much on par with the champion. So just goes to prove that anybody can make a run, anybody can win this league, and hopefully that makes people excited for the chances next season. Now on to our champion, Team ArmyJunior, champion of the 2024 season, with the Finals MVP not being on Team ArmyJunior and being De'Aaron Fox. Kind of weird, but you just love to see it. I'm a fan of Cinderella underdog stories, so Team ArmyJunior winning it is just insane. We may never hear the end of this, being in the the friendship with this owner, but just love to see it, and hopefully it continues. I mean, to do it without Embiid is insane. So to add Embiid to this roster is scary for next season, and we'll have to wait and see. But congrats again. And let's get into our interview right now. Shebang. Hey, guys. We have the champion here. Oh, champion here. I'm pointing the wrong way. Mr. Yarm. Congrats, man. Taking Team ArmyJunior all the way.
Thank you. First time I ever won anything in my life. So it's a very, very happy day.
And to come to the Badger Fantasy Association, take it from the grips of the 1, 2, and 3 seed, you must be on top of the world right now.
You know what? I really did earn this. I'm going to take all the credit in the world for it. Reminded me of the Birds back in 2018. Did this historic run with Joel Embiid on injured reserve. So, yeah, we made it happen.
Yeah, to get into that, when Joel Embiid went out, did you think your season was over? I mean, I would say I know the Void and a lot of other teams did not think you'd come back from such an injury.
Yeah, so I can do a little season recap here. So I employed the laissez-faire strategy for the first, I think it was like 10 weeks of the year. I didn't know the email address that my account was under, so I didn't set my lineup at all for the first like 10 weeks of the year. And we had a hot start. We did well. And then I finally got into my account, and I think I won a game, and then Joel got hurt, and then I lost like 5 in a row,
Jeez.
something like that. I went cold. Basically, I didn't know what I was doing. And then a couple things happened along the way. I don't know if we're going to cover the trade I had with
Oh, for
the
sure.
Codfather. The Codfather, that was a trade that worked out very well for me. But won my last 2 weeks to get in the playoffs, and then we just stayed hot all the way through.
And you just got the job done. I was going to bring up that trade. Freaking, it was Josh Hart and Isaiah Hartenstein that really helped you along this way. And getting it for...
Jordan Poole kept the bench warm.
Yeah. I mean, he's Mr. Benchwarmer. I mean, he's going to be there from age, like 25 to 30.
He's a glue guy for the bench. He kept everybody together.
I heard he's like a punching bag for y'all. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I'm glad.
Metaphorically and in reality.
I'm glad that can come to light. Plenty of more memes will come with that, and I think the fan base loves it for the team.
Yes.
But this trade during the moment, we all thought like, what is both of these teams doing? What is the Codfather doing, getting rid of these bench pieces, and what is Jake doing? Taking a risk like this, and it paid off. And we're gonna be looking back on this trade, I think, with amazement, because it was just such a steal to get you this championship.
Yeah, I would not have been here without Hart. I know this week he kind of had a bit of a down week for me, but the past two, first against Team Zam, and then last week against Powers, really, he really sealed the deal, did his job, overachieved. It's good that Tibbs plays him as much as he does to get those 11, 10, and 10 triple doubles for me.
Yeah.
But we'll take it.
Hey, for sure. And is there anything you want to say to your opponents that you beat along the way? Team Zomts, the Fraggle Rock 9, and the Harlem Globetrotters in the championship.
Yeah, so Team Zam, I mean, I think I put up like 280 something that week. I would just say in the future, don't just save all your players for the weekend, because it has to be really demoralizing seeing my total get as high as it got and just having no one play yet. So I don't know if that was the best strategy. It got him to the 2 seed, so maybe I'm not one to judge, but I'm also up on the throne now, and he's not. So I'll take that. And to the Fraggle Rock 9, I owe that wonderful manager a great, I guess, debt of gratitude.
Oh, yeah?
When the weekend I was playing Team Zam, the manager of Fraggle came out to visit me, and he shared a piece of advice with me, because ever since I took over management, I'd always gone setting my lineups based off of the percentage per game, and he informed me to look at the matchup rankings. And maybe it was stupid that I hadn't done that so far, but little did he know that I would use his own strategy to take him down, the defending champion.
Yeah, and you slayed the dragon there. That's for sure.
Exactly. I can thank him for that piece of advice. Yeah, some people might say I got lucky picking the games that I picked. It's really either got it or you don't. It's not. I don't think there's a lot of luck involved. And then the Globetrotters, a lot of respect. He was friendly enough to welcome me into his house on Thursday night for some camaraderie. And yeah, it was a hard-fought battle. We both kind of underachieved to start the week. My team definitely picked it up towards the end.
For sure.
But yeah, for a while it looked like we were going to be battling it out to try, like, first team to get to 200 was going to seal the deal. But it was a good battle. It was a good battle.
Oh, for sure. And you're certainly right. The first team to get to 200 did seal the deal, and that was you getting to 200 and even past that 230. On Thursday, when you guys allegedly met, or I guess you guys met, any tough words, did you guys have for each other? Or is it all love?
It's all love. We love to throw a little bit back and forth. It was kind of funny. I didn't have anybody playing on Thursday night, so that kind of ruined the idea of getting together to watch for the championship. But we were more smack talking about our brackets and stuff. But no, I think it was something. I've been truly humbled and honored by the rallying of support around me on my run here. Because typically, as you know, with anything going on, I'm normally like public enemy number one. So to see people pulling for me against Team Zam, and then obviously going against Fraggle, the defending champion, nobody wants to see somebody go back to back. It's no fun. So getting that support there, and then I think it just kind of turned into a snowball, and we carried that momentum all the way through.
Oh, for sure. I mean, first of all, your team's so likable, but it was such a Cinderella and underdog run from the beginning. Like, I really don't think anybody put stock into you until you beat Team Zomt, and that really put your foot in the door for people to be like, whoa, hold up, wait a minute. This guy might have the fire at the right moment.
Exactly. And to be able to put up 280 points, and like I said, winning my last 2 games to earn my way into the playoffs, that's really what got it going. Because in my eyes, the playoffs started 5 weeks ago, because I couldn't lose, or I would have been out of luck in the losers bracket.
Yeah, and you don't want to be there.
It was back up against the wall, and had to make a move, and we did. We pulled it off.
Hey, let's fucking go. Now, for your number one, your prize being $40. The big question now is: do you want the $40, or are you going to cash in for the $80 worth of sports memorabilia? And you don't have to decide now, but it's on the table for sure.
That's a really good question. I'm gonna have to put some thought in it.
Oh, for sure.
And by sports memorabilia, is that just Justin Fields jerseys?
I mean, they're probably $5. Buy 4, get 40 for 4 for 40 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it can be any sport. Say it again. Sorry.
No, it's a shame how that went down, but that's a conversation for a different time.
Yeah, I mean, he was never going to be good with the Bears. I'll just leave it at that. So, but yeah.
No, that's thought-provoking. I'm going to have to think on that.
And at the same time, you're going to have to have something to look forward to next year, because I think stakes are going to be even higher.
I'm ready. And that's going to be the fun part. We're going to have a target on our back as a defending champion. We're going to have some interesting roster moves to get ready for. And once again, we were able to go on this run with that. Call me out if you want to on this. If he hadn't gotten hurt on a shot, I would have had the back-to-back MVP on my team.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, I agree with you. I agree with you. And for next season, you're gonna have Embiid on top of this roster, which is gonna be insane. Might kick Jordan Poole to free agency, but you said he's a glue guy, so you might have to stick.
Exactly. If we could get him back on like a vet minimum, we can maybe pull some strings. But that's going to be the stuff that we can think about a little down the road. Right now, we're just going to enjoy the victory.
Oh, for sure. And a final question before I give you the floor to say whatever you want, and I'll get into that. But is there any talks about rebranding or changing Team ArmyJunior now that you guys won a championship?
We've been talking with the higher ups a little bit, but there was just something about that blue blood mentality. Like, we just keep it simple. We stick to our business. We come in, we go to work, we do our jobs, and we go home. So, yeah, I mean, once again, something we'll think about this off season. But I think there's something that really resonated with the people. How it felt like a homegrown team,
Oh, okay.
the underdog.
Oh, for sure. I definitely got that vibe too. Especially even when you guys traded for Josh Hart, Jordan Poole, and Isaiah Hartenstein, you still kept that homegrown underdogs, just that likability, you know?
Uh huh.
And
Yeah, it's just we got a bunch of dogs on the team. I mean, we had Bobby Portis out there this week.
absolutely
Tobias
fire.
Harris. Tobias Harris. Some people love him. Some people hate him. He was my closer for this week. I renamed him Marinara Rivera. Like, he had to come in and seal the deal, and he put up 29. So
Hey, he's a
yeah,
fantasy dog too, because if you get him matched up against the Hornets, the Spurs, you know he's gonna ball out.
or if you get him in one of the games where we don't have Maxi and Embiid, and it feels like the 76ers out there. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes this off season and see how his destination impacts his future with my team.
For sure.
But yeah,
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can't wait for the off season, especially the draft and some of this free agency is going to be interesting to see where people land. But let me give you the floor. Final thoughts. And I'll give you the option if you want this posted as an Insta clip. We'll put it on Badger Fantasy on Instagram. We'll at here just to link it. But
I'd love to.
all right, let's
Just
go.
make sure everybody knows who won. I want to spread far and wide. But,
Gotcha.
but no, I think this was a really good year for the league. I think there was a lot of good back and forth, a lot of fun, and we had some high moments, we had some low moments, but when it came to playoff time, we had some good battles. And I really think the best team came out on top. And yeah, it's been an honor and a pleasure. As I said, I got a lot of respect for almost everyone in the league. Uh, the the ones who I don't have it for, you know who you are, and maybe you can earn it next year. And I honestly think I deserve it now as the defending champion. So it feels good to be up on the pedestal. But it was a great year, and now wrapped up these playoffs. We got 2 weeks, and then we got the real deal. So
For sure.
hopefully we can get my MVP back off IR, and my real team go for a little run here. But and last thing, I just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to our amazing commissioner.
Oh, thank you.
It would not have been possible without you. Your dedication, it's just been awesome. And to be honest, this is the most fun I've ever had in a fantasy league. So
Oh, that warms
thank
my
you,
heart.
sir.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you, and we won't stop. It's we started halfway through the season, and it'll be even better next season.
You know what? It's going to be like my playoff run. Once it gets going, you can't stop it.
Exactly. That's how it's felt. It's felt like a snowball. You know, each week we've been getting better, covering more, and it gave birth to your championship, and that's now in the spotlight. So enjoy, my sir. One more
you.
time to the champion, Team Army Junior, Jake Armstrong, getting the dub for the 2024 championship. And
Thank you.
we'll give a peace out. Love y'all. All right, welcome back. I'm so glad to have Jake. What a guy. What a champion. And I can't wait to see him in the future. Hopefully we'll get him back on this show not too long. I was gonna say long order, but short order. I'm bad with phrases and honestly with talking. So pardon my speech, pardon my mouth. At least I'm not cursing, so whatever. Just final notes before we get into that. I just wanted to shout out our final standings and then get into our last year's champion and final standings, just to have a record of that. These are our final standings. Team ArmyJunior at 11-9, going number 1 overall on the league, topping everybody. Then we got the Harlem Globetrotters at 15-5, Fraggle Rock 9, The Void, Team Zompt, who was 15-5, falls to 5th place with the most points for in the league. Just absolutely insane. Then the Mog Squad. Then I Could Go for a Beer. Then Damn. Then the Codfather. Then Team Web Warrior, Kanto Embers, Team Lobster, Team Belushia, and with the number 1 overall draft pick, packed nicely at 4-16. Just absolutely insane. What a season to every one of these teams. It was a great run. Glad everybody's. I'm so thankful for everybody's participation, and I can't wait for next season. Even bigger and better things are coming, and yeah, take this off season to rest up, to do some strategy research and yada yada. Now on to our previous season. We had our champion, the Fraggle Rock 9. Just an absolute dog in the 2023 season, going 17-2, which was, a little shortened of a season. I think we might have started a bit late. I can't remember. But we had a 19-week season with only 6 playoff teams. So a little bit different format, but still a deserved win. Was certainly not a Mickey Bubble win, a Mickey Mouse win. With Josh Giddey being the MVP, which I think he scored like 42 points. Absolutely netted the Fraggle Rock 9 a dominant win over Team Damn that year. Now let's look at our final standings. Final standings here: the Fraggle Rock 9 went 17-2. Damn went 12-7, which you just see compared to last year. The drop off here was insane. Fraggle Rock 9 was just so far ahead of the pack, and it was kind of similar this year, except last year they actually pulled through and won it. You would think at the end of last year, you would think they would have been a dynasty, but hey, as things come and go. Then you had the Harlem Globetrotters, Team Zompt, Team Lobster, which is kind of surprising. At 12-7, you would think like they would not be as far down as a drop as they were. But then we have the Void. I'll just point out the Void went up 2 spots this year. Might be a team to watch out for next year. Then we got Team ArmyJunior, who was 7th seed last year. Absolutely insane. 7th seed last year, 7th seed in the playoffs this year, and ended up 1st place instead of 7 seeds. It's absolutely insane. What a Cinderella story. Then we had the Mog Squad and packed nicely. I Could Go for a Beer, Team Web Warrior, Kanto Embers, the Codfather, and then Team Belushio. And as you can see, Team Belushio was 0-19. Now I will say that is before the team took on new ownership. In this 2023 season, they did not really manage and manage well. But it netted them Victor Wembanyama, so maybe in the long game it was the right move. But new manager's great. We love Team Belushio. And and also I'll put a disclaimer earlier, but just to mention, these are not based on win-losses, based on after playoffs like that, the true final rank of the season. But yeah, let me get into the final notes. Thank you guys for your participation as owners. To the fans, hopefully these videos has led you to have your teams picked out, your favorite teams, and who you support. And yeah, I think we'll keep the format at 20 weeks and a 3-round playoff with 8 playoff teams. I will say there's going to be a couple of videos in the off season. Definitely, draft's going to be around August 8th. There will be a video for that. But between now and August 8th, there'll be a couple videos. One's certainly going to be on the rules and how to play. I want to get that how to. It's going to be a 2-for-1. I'm going to start with how to play and just get that how to play out, just so it's out there and I don't have to answer questions. Even though we're 2 years in, just in case people have questions, they can go and refer to that video. and maybe I'll post it to one of the sleeper Reddits, but we'll see. Doing that, how our scoring is gonna work, and just iron out all the rules. I think I'm gonna have a rule book, probably do like a PowerPoint or something like that, just to make it easier for me. And then we'll probably have a couple of interviews, maybe even a podcast style, and be on the lookout. You didn't hear from me, but it's a little leak for y'all. The Void is gonna have major news in the coming weeks, maybe even a month. But you heard it here first. The Void will have major news, and just stay posted for that, because gonna be groundbreaking for the franchise. Is it a relocation? Is it new funds? Is it a new stadium? You'll have to wait and see. But just want to thank you guys again. Can't wait for next season. And as always, peace. Love y'all.